Welcome to Kieu Dung's channel. If this is your first time here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps us tell more heartfelt stories. This morning, we'll follow Luyen and her little daughter as they climb the misty mountain to harvest ginger, their only source of income to survive. At dawn, a soft layer of fog wraps around the village. Luyen wakes up early, lights a small fire, and boils water so the two of them can wash and prepare for the day. Before heading out, she gently combs her daughter's hair and helps her into a clean set of clothes, every movement filled with quiet love. Then, with a woven basket on her back and her child by her side, they begin their long journey up the mountain, chasing the hope of a better day. With her bamboo basket strapped tightly to her back, Luyen begins the steep climb up the mountain. Each step takes effort. The rocky path twists and turns through thick grass and uneven ground. The morning mist clings to her clothes, and the sound of birds echoes faintly through the forest. After walking for what feels like hours, her legs start to tremble from exhaustion. She finds a large stone by the path and sits down to catch her breath. The air is cool and quiet. Only the whisper of the wind passing through the trees keeps her company. As she looks around, her eyes catch sight of a papaya tree standing tall by the hillside. Its golden fruits gleam softly under the morning sun. With a smile of relief, Luyen reaches up, picks a few ripe papayas, and takes a slow bite, the sweetness easing her hunger. Re-energized, she wipes the sweat from her brow, adjusts the straps of her basket, and continues her steady climb toward the ginger fields, determined to bring home enough to keep her family going. When Luyen finally reaches the top of the mountain, the sun has risen above the mist, casting a soft golden light over the hillside. She takes a deep breath, looks around the familiar field, her family's small ginger patch, now hidden beneath a blanket of weeds and wild grass. Kneeling down, she grips her small hoe, the same one she's used for years, its handle worn smooth from her hands. With quiet determination, she begins to dig. Each stroke of the hoe strikes the earth with a dull sound, thump, 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 as she pulls away the tangled roots and weeds that have grown thick over time. The soil is hard and her hands ache, but she doesn't stop. Slowly, one by one, fresh ginger roots begin to appear beneath the dirt, their warm, earthy scent mixing with the cool mountain air. She smiles softly, wiping the sweat from her forehead. Every piece of ginger she uncovers is more than just a crop. It's a piece of her effort, her hope, her love for her daughter. Time passes quietly. The sun climbs higher, and her shadow shortens. The once empty basket behind her gradually fills with golden ginger roots, each one hard-earned through patience and perseverance. By noon, the bamboo basket is finally full to the brim. Luyen looks at it with a deep sense of gratitude, not just for what she's gathered, but for the strength that carried her through the morning. Life, she knows, is a lot like this mountain, steep, rough, and full of challenges. But if one keeps going, keeps digging through the weeds and the hardships, something beautiful and worthwhile always waits beneath the surface. With that thought in her heart, she lifts the heavy basket onto her back, takes one last look at the golden field, and begins her walk back down, step by step, carrying not just ginger, but the quiet dignity of hard work and unconditional love. When Sung Luyen finishes harvesting, she sits down to rest for a moment. Her hands are tired and covered in dirt, yet her eyes show quiet satisfaction. Gently, she begins to clean each ginger root, brushing away the soil and trimming off the tangled roots. Every movement carries patience, as if she's caring for something deeply precious. When the ginger is clean, she carefully places them into her bamboo basket, layer by layer, until it's full. Then she lifts it onto her back and starts the long journey downhill. The path is steep and rocky. Each step sends a dull ache through her legs, but she doesn't stop. The sound of her footsteps echoes softly through the quiet forest as the afternoon sun begins to fade. After hours of walking, she finally reaches home. She leaves behind a few papayas she picked earlier and sets down her tools in the small garden. Without resting, she heads straight to the village market with her heavy basket of ginger. At the market, a kind vendor greets her and happily buys the ginger. The income isn't much, but it's enough. Enough for food, for her daughter's needs, and for another day of peace. As Sung Luyen walks home under the warm glow of the setting sun, her tired face softens into a smile. The day has been long and hard, but in her heart she knows every step, every effort, and every piece of ginger she digs up is a piece of love and hope for her little family. When Sung Luyen finally returns home, the sun hangs high above the quiet village. She sets down her things carefully, placing the tools in their corner and hanging the bamboo basket neatly on the wall. The small house feels peaceful, simple, but filled with warmth. Without resting, she walks to the kitchen, rinses the old pot, and begins to cook rice for lunch after a long, exhausting morning. The faint smell of wood smoke soon fills the air as the fire crackles softly beneath the pot. While waiting for the rice to cook, Sung Luyen steps into the backyard garden. The soil is still damp from the morning dew. She bends down to pick a few fresh greens, just enough for a humble meal. In the stillness of the afternoon, there's a quiet beauty in her every movement, steady, patient, and full of life. It's in these small, simple moments that her strength and love truly shine. When the meal is ready, Sung Luyen sits down beside the small wooden table. The steam rises gently from the bowl of rice and freshly cooked vegetables. She takes a bite, simple, pure, and full of warmth. Though it's only a modest meal of rice and greens, she eats with quiet joy. Each mouthful carries the taste of her hard work and peace. In that moment, surrounded by silence, she feels truly content, because happiness, she knows, is found in the simplest things. After finishing her meal, Sung Luyen quietly washes the dishes, then carries a small basin of water outside to start doing the laundry. The afternoon sun gently warms the yard as she scrubs each piece of clothing by hand, her movements calm and steady. For her, this simple routine isn't just work, it's love. Love for her little daughter, and hope for a better tomorrow. Each clean shirt, each neatly folded cloth is her way of building a small world of care and comfort for her child. Life may not be easy, but Sung Luyen faces every day with quiet strength and grace. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more stories of resilience, love, and the simple beauty of everyday life.